Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Kaylee, and this is Foodie Friday. Before we get into this week's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. So maybe one day I will be back to looking cute for a YouTube video, but between being a mom and starting these new goals of mine, my life has just gotten so exhausting. I'm so tired all the time. If you're wondering what kind of goals I'm talking about, go ahead and check out my latest vlog video. You can get that up above. It's basically talking about my newfound goals that I'm completely changing my lifestyle, my workout routine, pretty much everything that I've known as far as fitness goes. I'm completely flipping that upside down and starting something new. So if you want to, you can check that out above. I don't know which way it's going to pop up here. I always point in the wrong direction. But anyways, so I'm really excited about this recipe. If you watched this past week's vlog video, you heard me talk about this recipe, so I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So this has been a meal prep staple, something that I've made for breakfast every day for about 2 weeks. I love it. It's so delicious, tastes so good, and it's super filling. And like I said, it's super great to meal prep. I all the time get messages on Instagram asking for more breakfast ideas, and so this is one that's super simple that you can make. It's packed full of protein, clean ingredients, super filling, delicious, great for on the go, and so I'm really pumped to share this with you. So today we're going to be making a lean breakfast hash. It's sweet and savory. As always, this recipe is made with clean ingredients that you can feel good about eating. I created this recipe to be Whole30 approved. This is paleo friendly, gluten-free, protein packed, perfect for post-workout awesomeness, and I think that covers it. So without further ado, let's get into this week's video. All right, friends, let's get into this recipe. So I do not have these pictured here, but you are also going to need 2 medium to large sweet potatoes for this recipe, and I'll show you later on what you'll use those for. But we also need 1 pound of lean ground beef. We're gonna make this into our breakfast sausage. Trust me, the flavor tastes exactly the same. Then we also need 1 cup of sweet mini peppers chopped. You can honestly use as many mini peppers and as much onion as you'd like in this recipe, but I usually use 1 cup of sweet mini peppers and 1/2 of an onion chopped. We also have a special spice blend that we're going to be using for our chicken to season it like breakfast sausage, and you can find full details and directions on how to make this below. But here are the spices that we're using. They all come together to make a super delicious breakfast sausage flavor for your chicken. Now that we have all of our ingredients, we're going to chop our vegetables. So we're just going to take our 1/2 of an onion and roughly chop this up into nice sized chunks. I like my roasted vegetables kind of chunky, so I'm not going to cut these too small, but really it's up to your preference. And then once we get our onion cut up, we're going to slice up our mini peppers. Like I said before, this recipe is very flexible. You can add more veggies. Honestly, you can never have too many. So if you would like more onion and more peppers, or even the addition of other vegetables, it would be delicious in this recipe. But we're going to just chop up all our vegetables into whatever size that we want, and then we will saute these in a pan momentarily. peppers and onions are all chopped up, we're going to add them to a large saucepan over medium-high heat with some olive oil, and we're going to saute these. I just lightly season my veggies with some salt and pepper, but we're going to flavor our chicken to taste like breakfast sausage, like I mentioned before, and that's going to bring a lot of flavor. So just lightly season your peppers and onions, and we're just gonna cook these down while we season our chicken to become breakfast sausage. I usually like mine to still be a little crunchy. I don't like my vegetables super duper soft, so I cook my onions until they're about translucent, and then I will pull this off the stove until we're ready to add our breakfast sausage. Once our peppers and onions are cooked and we set them aside, we can go ahead and season our breakfast sausage. So literally all you're gonna do is take your ground chicken out of the package, add it to a bowl, and then add in our seasoning blend and mix together with your hand. If chicken or meat grosses you out, you can always mix with a spoon, but I like to use my hands, make sure I get that seasoning spread evenly throughout the entire mixture. And once this is all well mixed together and your season has been well combined with your meat, we're going to just add this to our pan over medium-high heat to the peppers and onions, and we're going to cook this until our ground chicken is cooked all the way through. Once our chicken has been seasoned, we're going to turn our stove top back on to medium-high heat, and we're going to add this ground chicken to our peppers and onions, and we will just cook until your chicken is cooked all the way through. Now it's for the last component of this dish, which is the cubed sweet potatoes. So you can do this one of two ways. I like to do mine at the very end so they're nice and crispy because I air fry mine, and air frying your sweet potatoes should not take long. It's 15 minutes in your air fryer at 425 after you've cubed them up and seasoned them with olive oil, salt, and pepper. But if you are planning on cooking these in the oven, I usually do 425 for about 25 to 30 minutes. So if you plan on using your oven, I would suggest doing this step first. But either way, we're going to take 2 medium to large sweet potatoes, and we're going to just roughly cube these up. And then, like I said, once all of our sweet potatoes have been cubed, we will add it to a large Ziploc baggie to season. I usually season my sweet potatoes with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can also use safflower oil. That's another great neutral tasting oil. And then I add about a teaspoon of sea salt and a teaspoon of black pepper to this. And then I will air fry these in my air fryer for just 15 minutes. Our sweet potatoes are cooked, we're just going to add them to our skillet with our peppers and onions and our chicken sausage, and we will just mix this all together. And once we have this mixed together, we're going to fry our eggs. So one thing I would like to note before we get into frying the eggs is you can fry your eggs ahead of time and heat them up in the microwave in the morning if you're planning on meal prepping this. It is super simple and just one extra step to accomplish, so that way you don't have to do it during your week. Like I stated before, I love meal prepping this recipe, so I always cook my eggs ahead of time, and they taste just as delicious as if I cooked them that day. Literally prepare your eggs however you like. I am a huge fan of sunny side up or over easy eggs, so that's what I'm going to be doing here. So I go ahead and grease my griddle up with some olive oil just to make sure nothing sticks, and then I'm going to crack some eggs on here and fry them up ahead of time. If you like your eggs scrambled, that will taste just as delicious. You can even save the peppers, onions, chicken, and sweet potatoes on the side and add them to your omelet. It's kind of up to you, but like I said before, I love being prepared. I love having everything made, and so that way all I have to do is pop it in the microwave in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and fry up some eggs, get them over easy. I kind of undercook my eggs, let the yolks be a little extra runny, a little more runny than I like. That way when I heat it up, it doesn't overcook them. So that is a good tip to keep in mind. Finally, Additionally, if you plan on meal prepping this makes 4 servings. So I usually just divide this up, kind of eyeball it between 4 meal prep dishes. If you are meal prepping and you have specific macros, you can always weigh this out. But I just kind of split this up as best as I can between 4 containers, and then I top with my eggs, stick in the fridge, and they are ready to go for the week. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. As always, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, as well as subscribe to my channel so you never miss an upload. If you're new to the Measure Me Whole community, please be sure to leave a comment below so I can say hi. I look forward to getting together next week where we cook another nutritious and delicious dish. All right, you guys, see you next time.